Well, crowds are gathering in Cairo's Liberation Square to celebrate the end of Hosni Mubarak's 30-year rule. It's been a week since Mubarak was forced out of office by an unprecedented wave of protests. Several hundred military police in red berets are keeping watch over the square. Meanwhile, Egyptian authorities have arrested 3 former government ministers and a businessman suspected of corruption. Our correspondent Hoda Abdelhamid joins me now live from the square. Just bring us up to speed on who's been arrested, Hoda.
Well, the ousted Interior Minister Habib al-Adli, a housing minister and a tourism minister, and then Ahmed Aziz, who is a businessman who was also part of the steering committee of the ruling NDP party and who was renowned for being very, very close to the son of Hosni Mubarak, Gamal Mubarak. Now, they had been put under investigation shortly after the violence that had gripped the streets of Cairo, shortly after the clashes between the pro-Mubarak protesters and the pro-democracy campaigners. At the time, it was hinted that they had a role in what happened and maybe organizing the violence that happened, or as Egyptians see it, the thuggery that happened. Now, they had been questioned several times by the general prosecutor over the past 2 weeks, and it's last night that they had been put under arrest for 15 days pending investigation.
Of course, today we can see those pictures there in Liberation Square. Many people there to remember the dead, but also to make sure they remind the authorities what they want. And are they any clearer about what they want, Hoda?
Well, I think there's a bit of confusion. At the moment, there is a huge satisfaction, and today is actually called the day of victory with what happened. You would have now opinions a bit split on the role of the military. Many do put the military, or do trust the military rather, but also there are some people who are saying that maybe the military is not acting with enough transparency. Yes, it does issue its communiques, it does state what are the next steps, but you would have some people who would complain that maybe the military is not involving too many people of the opposition, is not really deliberating with too many different parties before it reaches its conclusion. Now, I have to tell you that today the military is making sure it's part of the celebrations. About an hour ago, a military band came into the square. It's still there. It's been playing the national anthem and other patriotic songs. You also will see military police distributing flags to the people. I saw a lot of people hugging soldiers, kissing soldiers. So at the moment, certainly here on the square, there is a unity between the people and the military. But there's also a bit of worry, because you have to remember that in 1952, it was the free officers who did the revolution. And at the time, it was said that the rule would go from a military to a civilian within 2 years. That never happened. And so you do have campaigners here, pro-democracy campaigners, who want to make sure that that won't happen again.
Well, that's for the moment. Of course, Hoda, you'll be following events for us throughout the day. Thanks very much for joining us.